Issues of energy security, energy equity and environmental sustainability have come under the spotlight at the 2023 Africa Energy Indaba. The South African government, African energy ministers and role players in the energy space are in Cape Town for the three-day annual event that got underway today. The Indaba comes as South Africa is facing an energy crisis, with Minerals and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe delivering a keynote address earlier today. SABC News economics reporter Katlego is at the Indaba and joins us once again for an update. Katlego, what's the latest with regards to what people are saying about renewable energy? It is said that, every countries are moving towards cleaner, greener energy. However, circumstances such as what we have seen in Europe, for instance, have forced them to once again look back to coal. What is the future of renewable energy in Africa?
Well, South Africans and Africans leaders, they are gathered here for solutions, really, Diabo. And one of those solutions would come through the introduction of the process of renewable energy here in South Africa and on the African continent. That is, of course, also one of the themes or thematic, top hits in terms of the leaders that are gathered here and what they will discuss this afternoon. We saw earlier on they were also looking into issues of policies around how these countries can strengthen their policies and just be on the same page altogether in ensuring that at least there's a move on finding solution for the energy crisis. I have one of those delegates, a company here, Rheinmetall. He's joining me, Conrad, just to let us in on their contribution here. We know that renewable energy is what you guys deal with as a company, and this is something that has been thrusted under the spotlight here at the Africa Energy Indaba. Welcome to the SABC. Looking for solutions. Are we getting them? Are we somewhere closer to getting these solutions coming out of day one of this Indaba?
Well, absolutely. Rheinmetall is here to demonstrate our capabilities in offering really good solutions, smart solutions, both to the energy crisis as well as to climate change improvement. So the demonstrator that you see here behind us is a technical demonstrator of how sunshine can be converted, first of all, into electrical energy, and then also be converted into green hydrogen, which in turn is an energy source for many applications. Now, in this value chain, both the ability to turn sunshine into electricity and the ability to turn that again into other resources is what we are showing here. The heart of it, though, is the ability to turn sunshine into electricity, and what Rheinmetall has developed now are power stations that can really back up the grid. So when the grid is down due to load shedding, we've now got a solution for developing power that can actually back up the grid in that sense. And it's really a breakthrough, and it's a very smart one to deal with our current problems that we have with load shedding.
Yeah, we have a lot of problems, and at least you're coming through with solutions there. Most of the delegates here are talking about the small grids. If we introduce these small grids, if we introduce alternatives, then we can be able to mitigate when we are thrusted into the darkness like we find ourselves here. But there is a ministry that has been set up, the Ministry of Electricity, and I'm hoping that as delegates here and also as a company, you're looking to working with that ministry to ensure that those solutions find expression. And what would be your reaction to this new ministry that has been set up by the President?
I think everything we do to mitigate our current circumstance is positive. Clearly, we need to find a good way to marry both the good political intent with the right technical solutions. And this is really where Rheinmetall has gone out of our way now to want to make a difference. The company is very committed to South Africa. We do a lot of good business here, but we also find it very difficult to navigate these times where our factories are literally suffering with load shedding. And we've now found the smart solutions to mitigate this by combining the solar energy with other forms of backup power in order to keep the lights on, basically, and to keep our factories running.
Is this some wisdoms that you've shared with some delegates here as well in terms of your operations, how they can pick on what you are doing in terms of getting it right? Is this something that we saw you sharing in one of these thematic sessions?
Indeed. What we have displayed here is the so-called mobile unit.
Yeah.
It is something that is containerized and can be transported easily to a place where energy is required. This could be anywhere out in the field. It could even have defense applications, but it's also very relevant to rural areas. And of course, you expand this, it's scalable, as solar energy is, to produce really big power stations that can easily back up a mine or back up a new factory or a new residential area. And in so doing, we can now literally do both, is use the sunshine to produce electricity and also supplement Eskom in its bid to re-energize our country.
Yeah, we need to get an economy to be active again in a way that really to inspire confidence from investors as well coming into the country. Thank you very much, Christopher, for joining us here on the SABC, and all the best in the coming days. This is one delegate here, one company that they've been exhibiting here, Diabo. They took part in that renewable energy thematic session. You had him there coming through with solutions to where we are right now, but also saying that they're looking forward to working with the new Minister of Electricity, Dr. Hosiensu Ramohopa, in crafting those solutions, not only for South Africa, but for the African continent at large. Diabo?
Thank you so much, Katlego, for keeping us up to date throughout the whole day on this first day of the Africa Energy Indaba. We're looking forward to catching up with you for the rest of the day, as well as the duration of the Indaba, to understand what is happening. I also want to cross to you later in the week to hear about which other interesting small businesses are coming up and exhibiting there. And I hope you'll be able to find interesting ones for us.